been staying at work for the last 2 days. Well, 3 days it will be today and 2 nights. Emma does not like daddy long legs. I might have to remove all of these. Right, I have been here for 3 days. 2 nights, 3 days. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea with my parents. The place is spotless. Spotless. All dogs are where they need to be. Puppies are fed and crated. Get out of there! He's trying to get food that is cat food. And this is my courtesy car because Spog is very broken again. Go, go, go! Good evening, you lovely lot. It's probably, apart from the vlogging, like the odd little bits of vlogging that I have filmed over the last 2 weeks, minimal I must say, and apart from my trip away with Daryl and Keith that I filmed bits of, I have barely picked up the camera and vlogged anything. It is currently Thursday the 26th of September. And I've done 3 days, 2 nights at work. So my normal days at work at the farm, and I've done overnights because Emma and Rob went away for a few nights. So I have been on duty 24/7 for the last 3 days. It's been fine. It's been really, really good. Ozzy struggled the first night with bedtime and what have you, but then it's all change, isn't it? So that's not to be, you know, it's to be expected. But then the second night, he knew the routine, went to bed, absolutely fine. And he slept through all night until 6:25 this morning. And my alarm was set to go off at 6:40. So, you know, that's not bad. He came in for a cuddle for the last 10 minutes. And then we got up. And it's been great. It's been a bit hard. I will show you some clips and stuff in this video of, or you may have already seen clips, I'm not quite sure where this is going, this section, of a little black puppy that Emma's been looking after for somebody, and having that one and Cooper bouncing around all over the place. I ended up putting a harness on Cooper, much to Sky's disgust, but he doesn't have a collar on and it's just so hard to grab hold of him. And I don't keep grabbing the scruff of his neck because I'm having to grab him really hard and then he's fighting to get away and it doesn't feel comfortable for me. So I stuck a harness on him and then I could just grab him by the harness. And this little one did have a collar on, so that made it easier. But before he had the collar on, he was like scooting through my legs. He's so fast and like, he's like a whippet lurchery type thing. So he was just so super quick. But so cute, really. I mean, Lee's fallen in love with him. Lee came over last night and spent time with me and he was like, oh, he's just so cute. So I think he goes home this weekend. I'm thinking, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Right, I've taken a breath. I'm just going to drink some tea. Yes, this is a Christmas mug. I binned a load of mugs and brought a load of mugs forward that had been at the back of the cupboard. It's a massive one and Lee's made me a cup of tea in it. It was originally one of the boys' hot chocolate mugs, probably Kenzie's. But I'm trying to reduce some of like the mugs and stuff we've got. Like, let's not have more than we need because there's just too much stuff. We've got too much stuff. But I'm not here enough to actually do it. So this weekend, I'm going to be away Saturday night because I'm working Saturday and Sunday. And then next weekend, I start doing another job for a week. And then I've got a couple of weekend jobs coming up. But I will be at home a bit more. As long as I don't book anything else in, I will be home a bit more. So I'm going to try on my like Mondays, because my Mondays are quite, apart from walking Rocky, my Mondays are really quiet now, to try and get some stuff to charity. Box stuff up and get it to the charity shop. So we'll see how that goes. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, tell you what, you could not make this up. Coming back.
Oh, what?
Oh, Kenzie's going, oh, what Kenzie knows. Coming back from my trip, Oh, coming back from my trip away. Do you want to say hello, Kenzie?
Hello.
Hello. He's just cleared out his wardrobe. Coming back from my trip with Daryl and Keith, which you will have seen by now, Spog was making the most horrific, awful noise. And I was hoping, above all hope, that it was the turbo again. Although how it could be the turbo again, I don't know, because it's like a brand new unit in there. So it's like, but maybe a pipe came off. Like, I was just hoping, because all of that stuff is warranty. No. The whole engine has somehow started to be starved of oil, and I did quite a lot of miles going up the other side of Birmingham and back down again. And I had to get home. I wasn't going to stop on the middle of the motorway. The noise was already there. It was obviously already bust, and it's pumping air through the engine and not squirting oil where oil needs to be squirted, and it's doing a lot of damage. I managed to limp him on hazards up to the garage, and they have managed to source the exact engine that I needed. 51,000 miles. I got Spog at 53,000 miles. So less miles, full service history, and it is through a contact of one of the guys. He was like, before he left it till like 6 o'clock at night to ring me, because he didn't want to ring me without a solution, and he had been looking a solution that didn't require a brand new engine, which I don't even think I would get on an 18-year-old vehicle now. I don't know. I'm just saying that. I might be able to. I wouldn't know. But anyway, he was trying to come up with this solution, and he had exhausted eBay and various other things, and in the end he was like, right, there is somebody I know, I'm going to try him. And the guy was like, yeah, I've got one out the back. So we've seen it running, seen the service history, and yeah, it's brilliant. So that's going to come down, and he's going to take all of the parts that I have had changed, like the injectors and the turbo and all the other bits that I have had changed on my engine, and put it on the new engine. And then anything that can be salvaged from my current broken engine is going to be taken off of that engine, put into a box, and then those are my spare parts for any eventualities, because it is getting harder to source parts. I mean, even trying to find a spare wheel has been quite tricky. I must ask him actually about the spare wheel. I'll message him tomorrow. I've got his mobile number now. I'll message him tomorrow and see if that guy's actually got a wheel as well for that van. Because if it hasn't got an engine in it, then he probably doesn't need the wheels, does he? So he can get me a spare wheel at the same time. So yes, this is the situation that I'm currently in. I don't want to have to be telling you again that Spog is broken again anytime soon. Again. Yes. It's getting tedious, isn't it, Kenzie?
Yes.
It's becoming, at this point, I'm going to start calling Spog Trigger's Broom. And if anybody who knows what Trigger's Broom is, you'll get it. And for those of you that don't, there's a very old comedy in the UK called Only Fools and Horses, and there is a character in there called Trigger, and he's a bit dim. And he has a broom, and he's saying, I've had this broom, like, I think it was something like passed down from his granddad or something, you know, this broom's it's had 12 new heads and 4 new handles or something stupid like that, you know, so it's not actually the original broom. But we're beginning to get a bit like that with Spog, you know. Spog is going to be called Trigger's Broom as his nickname from this point onwards. Is there anything else I need to tell you that I haven't told you? Because it has literally been so long since I spoke to the camera. I don't know. I've started, oh no, you'll have seen about my readings, and I wasn't very impressed with the reading. I'm trying to think what I've got to edit that I haven't yet edited. What is in the videos that are coming up that you haven't yet seen, but you will have seen by the time you see this. This like wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff, as David Tennant would put it. Floods, how could I forget the floods? You may also see footage, if I haven't already put it in, somewhere in another vlog. You might see it in this space. And if you didn't see it in that space, and I've just been stood there going, with a silly grin on my face, because that's a perfect pause moment, you see. Floods, we have had, so Thame, as you know, is our local area. I think I have a photo of this, but which I can insert over there. That showed that on one day, which would have, what day was that? Monday?
Monday, yeah.
Monday,
School got called off.
the school was closed down. Not the bit that Kenzie's in, the lower school. I will also insert a bit of video, maybe. I don't know if I got copyright on it.
Monday, though.
He was off school on Monday, yeah, because there was damage to the site. And actually, I'll show you the video. Okay, so that video there shows you that the roof has collapsed. That actually isn't on Kenzie's site, but it's all part of the same school. So Kenzie could go in on Tuesday, but it was quite fortuitous that Kenzie was at home on Monday because my friend Lorraine is in a really old house. I want to say 16 something.
Looks like it.
It's really old. It doesn't have proper foundations as we would have now. It's very solid, very thick, huge, like thick walls of stone. And it has a moat around the outside of it, which I imagine at some point kept the water from going in to the floor level. So the floor is raised and it's floorboards. But the moat doesn't seem to drain anywhere. So in heavy rain, it fills up. And they have pumps, which they use to pump out. This pump couldn't keep up with it. The other pump was broken. And as a result, water started bubbling up through the floorboards and filling up the dining room and their hallway. And all the electrics downstairs went out. And it was a nightmare. So she rang me going, please help. So Kenzie and I ran over and were bailing out lots of water. And then another neighbour also flooded. The next door neighbour to them flooded. And they had managed to find somebody in the village who had a decent big generator with a decent big pump on it. So they had been pumping out, I think he said it was either 2 or 4 inches of sewage water out of their house. Wasn't pleasant. And then they brought the pump to us and pumped out all of the moat around the old house so that the water level in the house would drop completely. But to be fair, with us bailing it out, we had managed to reduce the water going in. And Lorraine was saying to me, I feel like we're not getting anywhere. And I said, Lorraine, the water that we've moved would be in your house now. So we've definitely done something, even if we're just literally holding back the flood. We're not, we're not improving it a huge amount, but we are doing something. So yeah, that was interesting. And then literally it took Lee an hour to go 6 miles. Brendan couldn't get out of the house the normal way. Had to climb over a wall to get out of his house and then go down a different road so that Lee could pick him up in a different road to take him to work. Half the roads in and out of Thame was closed. Did I tell you? I started to tell you something, didn't I? And I was going to put a picture up there. We've had the most rainfall in one day than anywhere else in the UK had. And it was something like 94 inches of rain.
Inches?
Millimetres, sorry, of rain in 24 hours. In one day, we had well over a month's worth of rainfall. And I'd like to say it was actually more like 12 hours, not 24 hours. It was more like 12 hours. So that's why nothing could cope. We had trees down. The roads that weren't blocked by water were blocked by trees. Yeah, it's been...
amount of rainfall in the UK, wasn't it? In Thame.
Yeah, Thame, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's the highest amount. And we are still having heavy rainfall forecast. We're still in yellow and amber rain warnings. I'm feeling incredibly grateful for not living at the bottom of the hill and actually living at the top of the hill. So this is when I watch all the water go rushing past me and think, thank goodness we don't live down there, because either side of our village floods. I think I've caught up with you. What's that? 13 minutes of me waffling, plus a little bit more because I'll have thrown in some video clips and stuff. So this is probably a video on its own. So yeah, that is your weekly update of what I have been up to kind of over the last week and a half, something like that. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subbed and you fancy subbing, please do. Welcome to all the new subscribers, because I have noticed I've got quite a few of you. If you haven't introduced yourself in the comments, please pop down there and just say hi, or leave me an emoji. Why don't you leave me a water emoji? Anyone can do that, don't have to be new. Leave me an emoji that reminds you or makes you think about rain and flooding. That would be fun. Or if you want to be really cruel, send me an emoji that would indicate a broken van. And I'll block you from ever watching my content. No, of course I won't. That'd probably harm me more than it'd harm you, to be fair. So I'm going to go now. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.